Hello, guys. I'm Timothy Earl from Picks and Parlays and Earl Sports Bets, and welcome back to another edition of Ballin' Out with Tim Earl. We've got a 5-game NBA slate to look over and kind of rapid fire through today. Before we do that, I would say let's go check the games. No games have finished yet. So at the moment, I have my five plays on the board for today that as I'm recording this at 9 o'clock was the Dallas Mavericks, who as I'm looking is down 3 at the moment. I have the Memphis Grizzlies, who are currently up 13. I have the Pelicans, who are a mess and down 22. I have Oklahoma City as my best bet of the day. So we'll see how that one goes, whether or not we can go ahead and make a 11-3 our last 10, which they're current 11-3 last 14. They're currently at 14 points pretty much at halftime. And then the final play I have was before the Rudy Gobert news. I have the Minnesota Timberwolves at +8. So we'll see how tonight goes and see where it goes from there. But as we're going through it, hopefully we have a good night there. But if you guys are interested in all my plays, still currently number one in the NBA, even though I've had a little bit of a rough stretch lately. But I hope to get back on the W wagon and make some money. We'll go ahead and start it off. And this one is the game in Paris. This one starts at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And it's the Bulls and the Pistons. The Bulls are 5.5-point favorites with a total of 233.5. I went and looked at this one. I took the over. They're not going to invite teams over to Paris, and this one be a boring game. This is going to be a high-scoring back-and-forth game, especially when you get the Detroit Pistons, who have gone over in 3 out of their last 5, Chicago over in 4 out of their last 6, and Detroit being the second to worst defensive team in the league, only ahead of the Spurs. So I'm going to go over in this one. By the way, lines are subject to change as I'm recording these. These are the current numbers that I'm looking at. So all the totals, all the sides are at this number as I'm recording them. And I will make another disclaimer. I do not bet every single one of these games. I just give out thoughts on each game. Some of them I do bet. Once again, all the ones I do bet are over on the website. We'll go ahead and head over to the Warriors, who are in Boston taking on the Celtics. Celtics 4.5-point favorites. 236.5 is the total. And you get one of the best teams. This is the NBA Finals rematch, except for Boston's doing their job this year. They're 33-12. Golden State. If only Golden State was like an even 500 team on the road, they would be one of the best teams in the league. They're 5-17 on the road when the Celtics are 17-5 at home. I'm going to go ahead and this might be the square play. I'm taking the Celtics minus the points. They have been very consistent at home, and I'm just going to keep fading the Golden State Warriors on the road. They've won 5 games on the road this year, so this one will be a Boston Celtics spot for me. Raptors and the T-Wolves will be going at it. The Raptors are 2-point faves with a total of 231.5 in this game. And when I kind of looked at this one, Minnesota has been playing better lately, and the Raptors have been a mess, but Minnesota's going to be on a second leg of a back-to-back after playing a game on ESPN against the number 1 team in the West. So for the moment, or right now, I like the Raptors in this game, minus the 2 points to kind of take advantage of a letdown spot for Minnesota, especially if Minnesota can make it competitive tonight. It's also very difficult to play in Denver and then go and play somewhere else. So it's going to be difficult for them on a second leg of back-to-back. Go ahead, give me the Raptors minus the 2. 2 games left, and this one has my best bet in it. Best bet will be on the total in this game. We get the Nets and the Suns. The Nets are 2.5-point faves. 227.5 is the total. And these are 2 teams that were hot at one point, and Brooklyn is starting to fall off just a little bit just because they're still running without Kevin Durant. Imagine this game if they had KD and the Suns still had Booker. Like, this would have been a marquee matchup, and the spread would probably be pretty similar. It's not as good. I will take the Suns plus the points. The Nets just lost outright to the Spurs. Since KD went down, the Brooklyn Nets are 0-3 with losses to Boston, Oklahoma City, and San Antonio. Phoenix is 1-9 in their last 10 games. They finally won a game against Golden State, and other than that, they've been just a struggling mess, and they haven't really been able to score all that much. This is a Phoenix team that's struggling, a Brooklyn team that's struggling, but I'll go ahead. My best bet is where I'm more confident in the total, and I lean towards the side. I'll lean towards the Suns. The Sixers and the Blazers will be going at it on the final game of the night. The Sixers are 2.5-point faves. 232.5 is the total. And when it comes to this one, we've seen a Philly team that's really been looking quite solid lately. They've won 3 straight games, all on the road. 5 out of their last 6 games. They only won to Oklahoma City, where they lost as a 10-point fave. But this is a Philly team that's been playing well. A Portland team that's, other than playing against the Dallas Mavericks, have lost a lot of games in the last 10. They've lost 6 out of their last 7 in games that are not involving the Dallas Mavericks. So this is a Portland team that's struggling. Go ahead, give me Philly to just kind of edge them out on this one to finish off the night. Once again, if you guys want all my plays, they're up on the site, picksandparlays.net/Tim. 1 week NBA pass for only $70. Use the code NFL at checkout, and you'll get $20 off that purchase. So you guys can go ahead and check that out. That's going to wrap it up for this edition of Ballin' Out with Tim Earl. Until next time, let's make some money. Let's cash some bets in the NBA.